Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. I'm back. It's been a while, as you can see, but I am back and I'm going to start making more videos. I've bought a microphone. I have not yet quite figured the correct position out for the best sound, so for now I'm just going to hold it like this and we'll see how it works. So for this video I'll take you into the world of aviation and teach you the correct pronunciation for the name of the largest airport in the Netherlands. In English this is pronounced as Schiphol. As in previous videos, I do like to delve into the history of the subject of the video a little bit, so here's a little history lesson of Schiphol Airport. In the Middle Ages, in the year 1447, the first mention on paper has been found, where a document was found concerning a purchase of a piece of land. This piece of land was laying a few kilometers away from where Schiphol is now, so the name has traveled a little bit in the course of the history. In the year 1848, on the location where Schiphol is at this moment, the government started to reclaim the ground from the sea, as we do a lot in Holland, and a few years later a military fort was built called Fort Schiphol. Surprise, surprise. In the year 1916, so somewhere halfway into the First World War, the government declared the piece of land, which is now Schiphol, as a military airport. So next to Fort Schiphol, a military airport was built. They didn't need a lot of room as planes were quite small and not very fast at the time. And after the First World War, the airport transformed into a civilian flight hub. As aviation was quite in its early stages at the time, not a lot of passengers came through. So for instance, in the year 1920, only 440 passengers traveled through Schiphol. In the Second World War, Schiphol was of course subject of bombardments, first by the Germans, after that the Allies, when the Germans had occupied Holland. So after the Second World War, the airport was quickly rebuilt, because it was of course completely demolished, and after that it just started to grow and grow and grow, until in the year 2021, 25.5 million passengers passed through, which is roughly 1.5 times the amount of inhabitants in the whole country of the Netherlands at the time. Currently, Schiphol is the largest airport in the Netherlands. It has 6 runways, which can be used for both takeoff and landing, and is home to several big airlines as KLM, Martin Air, Corendon, Transavia, and a few others. That's enough for the history lesson. Onto the pronunciation. First, I will give an example of the correct pronunciation. After that, I will dissect the word and talk about every part separately. So, the correct pronunciation is Schiphol. As you can hear, there are several parts of the word which may present difficulties. So, I will start at the beginning and go to the end. The first letter S is not difficult, it's the same in nearly all languages. Next we have the CH letter combination. This is a bit more difficult. In Dutch, this is normally pronounced the same as the letter G, which I talked about in a previous video. I will give an example of how to pronounce the letter. This is so this is a sound made in the back of the throat without the use of the voice. So it is a very strange sound to people who are not used to hearing it. It is made in the back of the throat with the tongue, and it may require a bit of practice to correctly produce the sound. After that, letter P, plain and simple, just P. Next up, the letter H. The H is usually pronounced in Dutch, including the voice, so it is more of a sigh actually, something like this, huh. Depending on where in the word the letter is, it is also sometimes pronounced without the use of the voice, which will make it. However, in this case, since it is in the middle of a word, it is actually more of a hassle to stop the voice before the H and continue after it. So we'll just keep using the voice the whole way through. Next, the letter O. In Dutch, it is usually a very open letter, just O. However, when it's at the end of a word with a consonant behind it, the end of the pronunciation of the letter is squeezed off a bit, so it becomes more of an O. The last letter, the L, is in Dutch pronounced with the tongue against the roof of the mouth, so like this, L. However, at the end of the word, the pronunciation of the letter L is usually slacked off a bit, so it becomes more of an sound, a bit lazier. So in combination with the OL, It sounds like all. I guess it's in English sometimes the same. You don't completely pronounce the letter, but just simulate the sound. So the second part of the word is pronounced hol. So the whole word is pronounced as Schiphol. If you really want to overpronunciate it, you can say Schiphol, but that's not how we normally talk about it. In normal conversation, it is just pronounced as Schiphol. So you can hear that the H is actually skipped over a bit. This is because it is right behind a very hard consonant, the P. So the P also has a little bit of an H sound in it, P, also in Dutch. So in that case, the H just kind of drops away. So Schiphol, 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 Schiphol. So there it is, the correct pronunciation of the Dutch largest airport, Schiphol. If you like this video, you can give it a like by pressing the thumbs up. If you really liked it, you can subscribe to my channel, which is the next button, which will make all my new videos pop up in your feed. And if you have any suggestions or any comments about this video or maybe other videos, if you have suggestions of words you would like to see me explain how to pronunciate in Dutch, leave a comment. I will try and read every comment and maybe you'll see it in the next video. Thank you very much for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.